Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Yoga Therapy in Body Engineering System to understand your body from inner existence and uniqueness by Master Saumik Bera. My name is Nurul from Union Yoga Ayurveda Singapore, and I will be your moderator for this session. So I hope you are all sitting comfortably on your mat, as this session comprises of both theory and practice. You're welcome to send through your questions to Master Saumik by simply typing out your questions under the Zoom chat and via the Facebook. So now allow me to share a little bit about our master trainer, Master Saumik Bera. Master Saumik is born and bred in Calcutta in India, an international yoga trainer and founder of Real Yoga Singapore. He has started his yoga practice at the age of 5 and has over 20 years of teaching experience. His teaching encompasses around the belief in having deep understanding in human psychology and human anatomy. So without further ado, let's welcome Master Saumik. Namaste.
Namaste everyone. Welcomes all of you once again with wholeheartedly, and thank you to Union Yoga and Dr. Shreyas for giving me this opportunity in this platform to share my little knowledge with all of you here. So those who are practicing with me under Zoom, I'll welcome you. You feel free to ask me any questions by writing on the chat. Those who are watching or practicing or listening, so if you have any questions, feel free to write any questions on the Facebook or any other platform you are seeing over here. I'm not sure how many questions I'm able to answer, but I'll try my best to answer as many as I can. Allow me to explain a little bit that what will be this 1 hour flow. I want to share with you a little understanding of myself, of what is yoga and how yoga can be incorporated when you are an unlucky victims of cancers, how yoga been helping and helpful for cancer patients. And this is such a very unique topic, I call it, because this topic is so sensitive, and yet we do not know how it works and how we should be applying yoga when, if you are victims of it, or your friends, your family, or somebody in your society, how can you encourage them to start doing yoga? Now, when you talk about yoga, yoga is a vast chapter. So most of the time we do not know what will be good for me, and that's the reason I'm here to share a little tips with you all that what are the yoga poses you should do, especially when you have lungs cancer, especially when you have breast cancers or any other related cancers, and how yoga have been helping all of us. So today's my sessions will be a yoga therapy sessions, and this is I call a little unique therapy because this is I call a body engineering system. So allow me to share a slide with you, which will be just first 15 minutes for you to understand what the session is going to look like. All right. So I will share with you the slide, and I will be talking and explaining in the same time the slide as well. So first, I'm from Real Yoga, as Nurul has mentioned. So I'm honored to be present Real Yoga over here from Singapore. And next slide, I'll be sharing with you that my names, which is Master Saumik, and following slide, when I go into it, is a yoga therapy, which is a body engineering systems. So next slide, when you talk about the body engineering systems, I'll be sharing a little more over here that the inner existence of the uniqueness. When I call this inner existence of the uniqueness is this, I believe, based on my study, that every one of us are very unique. We do not look the same. Our physical body is not the same. We has a different systems in our body too. We have a different preference, we have a different anatomy, we have a different belief, we have a different psychology. So although we do practice yoga under one teachers, but one point I need to highlight all of you, that you are unique. Whatever happening to you, you should be aware. You should have the answers of the questions appearing inside your mind. And that's come through a deep connections to yourself. So I'm going to share with you what is body engineering in my next slide, okay? So when I'm talking about body engineering systems, what I call this is all about the functional anatomy and the behaviors of the human body and the mind. So most of the times when we come to yoga mat or we move into the yoga therapy doing a certain kind of exercise, it can be a physical movement, it can be a breathing exercise, or it can be any other movement in our physical body. What we feel, we human beings have a habit of comparing ourselves with others. So when we come to yoga mat, these body mirroring systems remind you that, hey, you are unique. Your body is unique. You are different. What's happening inside you, that has a reason for that. What you're feeling, probably your friends, your colleagues, your teachers, or someone you know may not have felt that before. So you need to connect to yourself, and your physical body is so unique, which may or may not have the same anatomy of the body on the joints and the movements with others. So that is what they call a body immune system, which is every human body functions differently. When we move our postures, when we move our body in the different degrees, which is up, sideways, or twistings, what body immune systems allow you to understand that you are unique, your movements are unique, and even you're unique on your right side of the body compared to the left side of the body. So if you expect your right side of the body and the left side of the body to be perform equally, that is not going to happen. Of course, with a matter of practice, we try to make ourselves better. But initially, every single day, you simply twist yourself to the right side, you realize, and you twist yourself to the left side, you realize that one side of your body, you are more limited. And why that's so? So all those simple tips we're going to discuss, we're going to practice to give you a highlight on what is the body immune system, how should we overcome those pre-existence, which I call the pre-existence in our human body. Next part, I'm going to tell you range of motions and limitations. When I call range of motions and the limitations, our joints has a different range of motions. If you guys rotate your shoulders backwards in these directions, you probably try with me, you rotate your shoulders in these directions, you realize if you have someone next to you, you can ask the person to rotate the arms, that both of you has a different range of motions. When you bring the arms back and try to bring your hands behind and breathing, or you're going to stretch your elbows backwards, or you try to fold your arms behind, you realize that you has a different range of motions compared to others. So you are not in a competition when you come to yoga mats. Exactly the same way, your right side can be different from your left side. When you're stretching your left arms, when you're stretching your right hands, and that's the reason it's so important that when you come to yoga mat, we don't compete, not with others, not with ourselves. We understand yoga mats. Whenever you come to yoga practice, it is a self-reflection room. You are seeing yourself. You are seeing your physical self. You are seeing your mental self. You are seeing your emotional self. Because every single day, you are different. Your minds are different. Your emotions are different. And because of these emotions are different, your neurosystems are passing a different signal through all the nerves to your body. That's the reason some days you feel very positive, very active, and very energetic. And you have a lot of fire, a lot of chi within you. And some days you feel that though you come to yoga mat, though you know that your therapists or yoga therapy teachers are telling you certain things to do, you don't feel the same way. Why that's so? Because of your emotions. So when you are affected emotionally, and emotion can be happy emotions, unhappy emotions, emotions, you can be lost emotions. So this is a psychological impact in your mind as well as into your body. The space creations in the same location, which I call the nearest joints of the muscles. So when you are working onto your body, you always remember that if you feel limited, as an example, when you feel that you are doing some movements, you feel limited. One joint you are working on, if this joint doesn't give you space, do open up to take space from the next joints or the following joints in your body. As an example, so if you feel that you want to bring your hands backwards, okay? Especially for the breast cancer victims, they need to do a lot of raising arms, a lot of opening hands. This needs to be done all the times. So certain times you feel your one hand, the side you probably have a surgery, that side you feel very limited. And you realize that one side you are more deeper and other side you are not. So do mindful that if you're feeling that, you need to take space from the next joints. What should be the next joints? By creating an extension on your elbow, probably an inward rotation, probably an outer rotation, probably draw your scapula lower down, that you can create space. So if you feel that while you're practicing yoga, I'll remind you during our practice that everybody has that limitations onto your practice, the limitations when you are practicing onto the joints, you do not feel happy about it. You need to work on another joints taking space from. Okay, last point in body engineering system called minimum effort to get a maximum result. You need to get a minimum effort to get a maximum result. What does it mean by that? It means try not to give maximum effort. When you do your practice, it should be a minimum effort, not a maximum effort. And that is therapy about. Therapy is not about achieving, therapy is about feeling inside you. I'll be sharing the next page of the slide, which is talking about, we are in our International Yoga Conference on the cancer. So over here, I'm sharing with you that what is all about cancers. So most of us, we know what is cancer. So cancer is referred to any one or a large numbers of disease characterized by the developments of an abnormal cell. So basically, you need to understand the abnormal cell, which we call bad cell, which we call unhealthy cell into the body. So they are the one, they have a power, they have a capacity to eat up all the good cells. So very simple way to understand, my right hand is a good cell, my left hand is the bad cell. So the bad cell has a capacity to eat up the good cell in the body. And when this happens, you losing your immunity systems. So your immunity power. So that's where you start to feel tired most of the times. And when you go for treatment like chemotherapies and all these things, they are killing the bad cell. With the bad cell, they also are knowingly killing certain number of weak good cell. So when you're talking about the good cell, there is two different kind of good cell. One is a stronger cell, one is a weaker cell. So the weaker cell also are being killed by this therapy, electronic therapy. So that's where we need to start doing yoga parallelly, that we can reproduce, re-energize ourselves. That yoga as a prevention for cancer. When you're talking about yoga, which is work as a prevention for cancer, of course, I always invite every one of you, if you are victims of cancers, you must do yoga. But if you are not, you and me are lucky, but we do not know, we hope that we can be lucky for the life. But when you do yoga, what exactly happens? You build a strong immunity system within yourself. You build a power to protect yourself from all the bad happening surrounding. Because our lifestyles are unpredictable with the nature, with the weather, with the food, and the stress. So most of the time, our cancers are being encountered when we do a research on the cancer that it is heavy. Cancers are based on the stress, and the level of stress can be heavily managed by practicing yoga. If you see, proper yoga practice has an ability to reproduce good cell in our body, and which is proven that proper yoga practice has an ability. How does it happen? When you incorporate your breath into your movements without fighting and pushing your limit and trying to do a therapy for yourself, try to do a healing for yourself, and that's where you get the benefits of reproductions of the good cells into the body. Okay, yoga can help to calm the mind, which is a 1,000 years old theory that yoga can help to calm the minds. Also, breathing techniques, which I want to share with you 4 different breathing techniques that is heavily encouraged to practice every single day, beginning and end of your practice. Daily yoga practice give a new hope. Every day's daily yoga practice is given new hope to you and me. You are victims of cancer and you are not. It doesn't matter. You will be getting that. You will be getting at new hope through your practice when you are going to your mat. Why? Because of all the circulatory systems. I go to the next slide, which is talking about the simple poses I want to share with you. That sometimes some of you probably yoga practitioner, you will be worried that if I have a cancer patient, what poses I should make them do. and what poses are good for them and what poses are not good for them. I'm going to share with you, I've chosen about 4 or 5 pictures over here that you understand that these are the poses are just a guideline. These are the poses, not only the posture for you. So I'm going to go through quick one by one poses for you to see. Next pictures, I will show you butterfly after the side stretch, which you have seen previous pictures. Next pictures, I will share with you, which is a forward bend. Simple, all of you, those who done practice. Next pictures, I will share with you a cat and cow, which also all of you have been doing in your daily practice. And next slide, which is talking about a bridge pose, which also you have been doing. So what you understand that every poses are not new, but the way we should practice, that technique should be new. Next slide, which is talking about a balancing pose, tree pose, which is talking about the focusing, not affecting the postures. And going to the next slide, which will be a triangle pose. Again, it's not about alignment, it's not about distance, it's about drawing your awareness within yourself. So I'm going to be teaching all this asana to you. And the next slide, which I'm talking about, is lying back and twisting. So lying back and twisting works on your spine, not on the spine as well. It works on the gluteal, it works on your mind, it works on the systems, on your organs. And the next slide, which I'm talking about, the lying down butterfly. I'm going to explain to you how lying down butterfly different from a sitting butterfly, which we have sitting butterfly as well. And the next slide, which is a savasana, the most important part for a therapy class, because therapy class all about healing, and healing starts when you are in a proper savasana. We'll move into the next slide, which I'm talking about the power of breath. So our breath has a tremendous power. I given you over here the 4 different kind of breathing techniques, which is one I call it a one nostril breath, which is showing you the next slide, which is talking about that one nostril breath. This is we're going to practice as soon as I explain to you. So if you are seated on your chair on the cross legs like me, let's start doing this breathing. Before I start doing this breathing, let me explain to you that why you should do this breathing. Our right nostril and the left nostril are for breathing. Can we do a test right now that which nostril are you breathing? Are you breathing through your both nostril? If you think, say, yes, I'm breathing through my both nostril, you are not. Can you close your right nostril and you breathe in and out through your left nostril just 3 times? Change. Close your left nostril, breathe in and out through the right nostril for 3 times. Do you realize, bring your hands down, that you are breathing through one nostril? Your one nostril are more clearer than other nostril. This could be your right nostril, that you are breathing through your right nostril, more clearer, and some of you could be breathing through your left nostril, more clearer. What does it mean? It means our right nostril connect with the left half of our brain, and our left nostril connect with the right half of our brain. Because the right and the left, these 2 brains are functioning to balance our mind. That's they pass the coming and the right instructions from our mind to our body, to our systems. This help you to reduce stress, and it help you to bring your awareness into your body, as well as you will be understand your true self. What does it mean by true self? When you're out of the mat, we all are busy to dealing with people out there, in our gadget, in our phone, in our computer, in our friends, bosses, relatives, and our family. We are doing, helping others to live better. We never able to get a chance to communicate with ourselves. Only when you come to yoga mat, you realize that, hey, you are communicating with yourself. And this is the first breathing techniques I will introduce you today, and we're going to practice just 5 rounds, and then you will realize how different you feel. So let's sit in the cross-legs position. I always advise 10 to 20 times, but because today we're doing only a 60-minute class, so I'll be doing 5 times only. Let's show your right hands over here. You fold fast 4 fingers, simple and easy way, and right thumbs onto your right nostril. Close your right nostril, your left nostril is open, and close your eye. Let's breathe in through your left nostril. Breathe out through your left nostril. 2, inhale. Exhale. 3, inhale. And you exhale. 4, inhale. And you exhale. 5, inhale. And a long and deep exhale. And bring your hands down to the knee, keeping your eye closed. And just realize the difference you had made onto your right nostril. You probably feel the freedom onto your right nostril. You're breathing better onto your right nostril compared to your left. And that means you are supplying more oxygen through your right nostril to the left half of the brain. And let's do the same on the other side using left hands. Fold your fingers, palms onto your left nostril. In and out through your right. Let's close your eye. In. Out. 2. Out. 3, inhale. Exhale. 4, inhale. Exhale. 5, inhale. And exhale. As you complete, bring your hands down to the knee, and you probably feel the passageway you created on your left nostril and your right nostril. And you probably feel you're driving more oxygen through your both nostrils to the both side of your brain, and that's where you increase the function, the circulations onto your body from the brain through the neural system, through your spinal cord, and through the supply, all the nerves coming to your body. They are supplying the oxygens and the cellular to your body. So gently open your eye. I hope you feel good. If you feel good, write a comment in the comment section that how do you feel about it. If you have a questions, write it. If you feel good, you write it. And if you feel some questions, doubt about this breathing, do write it. I'll try my best to answer you up here. Now next breathing, we're going to go on, which I call Vastrika Pranayama. Okay? Vastrika Pranayama, most of you know there's a different way it can be done. What is Vastrika Pranayama and the method of Vastrika Pranayama? Basically, it's very good for respiratory systems, okay? Especially those who have the lungs cancers. It's also good for those who have breast cancers or any healthy human being, people like you and me, also it's good for. Why that's so? Number one, it boosts the energy up. It creates heat into the body. If you're a person who feel cold very easily, or if you're in a cold country, this is the breathing to be practiced to create the warmness, the chi flow into your body. And to remember, if you know anybody or if you're one of them, the weakest person gets sick faster. Why that's so? The weakest cell into the body draw the negative energy towards yourself. So if you are stronger, if you build the power within yourself through this Vastrika Pranayama, you will be creating a layer of protection surrounding you, and that will be prevent for any kind of sickness or illness surrounding you, because that makes you stronger. So the way you're going to do the breathing is inhalation and exhalation through your nostrils. So you're going to do a forceful inhalation, forceful exhalation. So you're blowing it out. Like imagine there's a candle in front of you, you sucking it in and blowing it out. Now I always, these pictures I given over here, I always practice this because I feel this creates heat into your physical body, besides creating space for your lungs and clearing all the stress from your mind. I have been introducing this breathing in my everyday's online classes as well. Those who practice with me, they know. And that's what I feel, that this breathing helping us to clear all the negative thoughts, all the negative emotions, and all the stress from our minds. So you and me going to practice together. And this breathing, you doesn't need to be into a yoga mat to do. You can sit on a chair, also can be done. Now I'm going to introduce you to two ways. One is, as you see in the screen, which is inhalation, reaching your hands up, and exhalation, hitting elbows back. But those who feel that you have a shoulders pains, or you recently gone through certain surgery, you're not able to raise the arms up so high, it's all right for you to be keeping your hands to the front inhalation and hitting your elbows back through exhalation. All right, so you're just going to do for 20 times. Over here I given a 50 times twice, but you can start slow with with 20 times. So let's start 20 times. Hands onto your knee, keeping your back straight, keeping your eyes closed. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Now, we're going to open your eye and start together. In, out. Bring your hands onto your knee and keeping your eye closed. And be the witness of the changes you have made through this breathing. Do you feel the warm sensation into your body? Do you feel that there's no thoughts right now? You feel calm into your mind. Nothing bothering you, no stress within yourself as well. It's not only your mind, your physical body creating your fire, a sensation from inside to out. Understand the power of the breath. Feel your own breath and bring your right hands onto your chest and feel the beat of your heart. Ask yourself, how do I feel right now? What's happening within myself? Who am I and what is the purpose of me being here? Gently open your eye. Do you feel good? If you yes, we're going to go for second round. We want to train you just to 10 due to the time constraint. And if you like this breathing or if you have any questions regarding this breathing, do write it down. I'll be trying my best to answer as many questions I can do by the end of the session. So let's do it 10 times only. You know the breathing right now. So if you choose to do fast, go raise your hands up, inhale and exhale. But if you choose to do slow, you go slow. Those who feel you have frozen shoulders, you can't raise the arms up. Bring the hands forward, spreading the fingers, because that's where the energy you're transforming. Exhalation, hitting back, opening the chest with a power. Okay, let's do only 10. Start in. Hands onto your knee. Place your right hands onto your chest to feel the beat of your heart and feel the power of transformations within yourself. Feel the pre-existence within yourself. Ask yourself again, who am I? What energy I'm carrying here? And I have the power to transform myself no matter what stage I am. Do I want to be better? Do I want to be better? Do I want to be better? Do I want to cure myself? Do I want to do self-practice to be better? If it's yes, if the answer coming yes, that's where you follow your intuitions, you follow your heart, you follow the teachers you like, you love, and you understand the teachers well, and you're able to see the transformations with your practice. Gently open your eye. So this was the Bhastrika primer. Do write to me regarding any questions regarding this. Next slide, we're going to go, which should be talking about next two breathing, but this breathing is Nadi Shodhana, and the following slide, we're going to do the following slide, which is Bamburi Pranayama. Following slide, these two slides will come back later because these two breathing practice should be end of your asana. So first two breathing I have done, one nostril, other nostril, and Bhastrika should be beginning of your practice because they help to clear the nostril passage. They help you to let go the stress. They help you to bring you back within yourself. This is the place you live. This is the place you and me live. This is our house. We cannot let go this. Until the born till death, we live within this body. So we need to connect to ourselves. We need to understand ourselves, deep within ourselves. We can't wait for a doctor's or a specialist to give me an answer. Who am I? What happened to me? I have to deeply rooted to myself that the answers coming from me through my practice, and that's come through the pranayama and asana practice. And especially when we are unfortunate enough to go through certain level of illness, sickness, like the one we're talking about, cancers. It is so scary that mentally will break down. And the first part is breakdown is your mind, is your emotions, and your family members. So what you need to do is to do a breathing practice to make your immunity system stronger, as well as make your mind stronger, make your emotions stronger, that you not only support yourself, you support others, your friends and family members. Let's go for the next slide, which is talking about the power of you. And this will be kind of the last slide. I need to remind you this, the power of your mind, the power of our mind is huge. Whatever we see in the world is all created by you and me, people like. So our mind has the power to heal ourselves, to create certain things, which is even non-existence. The next point I'm talking over here, ask yourself, what do you want? Ask yourself, what do you want? Ask yourself again, what do I want? Do I want to be better? If it's yes, in which dimensional I want to be better? And that answer, once you're clear about it, you go on to explore through that how can I be better? Next one I'm talking about, how do you want to fight? How do you want to fight? If you're one of the victims, this is a message for you. How do you want to fight? Be stay positive or be with negative. If you want to fight, you have to stay positive every second of your life. At least you have to be disciplined to bring yourself twice onto this yoga mat to practice. And this twice, when you bring into yoga mat for 30 minutes to 45 minutes, and that's where you start transforming yourself. And the next one I'm talking about, how strong you can be and how disciplined and positive you can be. There could be a matter of times you will be negative, because when you're reading all the news, when you're watching all the YouTubes, you'll be getting all the doctors' feedback and people hearing their sympathy. There will be a matter of times they will be telling you that, hey, how positive I am, still surrounding people and the news and the reality killing me. I have many patients, many students who does regular practice with me, those who are victims of cancers. I see them, I'm inspired by seeing some of them. I feel like how positive they are, how disciplined they are. When they're practicing with me, I see that how much they're fighting within themselves through my guidance, with my guidance. And that's learning from me too. Because as a teacher, when I teach, I don't only teach you, I also get to learn from you by teaching you. Next point I'm going to be talking about where anything in this world can see, all manifest in our mind. So if you want to transform your situations, your illness, your health, you need to be so positive over here, and you need to commit yourself over here that I'm going to do this, and then only your physical body start to move and listen to yourself. You are the driver, and this is a vehicle. That's what I call engines. So we has that body engineering system, means that driver sitting here, and you talking to the driver, making the driver positive. That's you manifest yourself, that I want to be better into these dimensions, and you give instruction through your neural system to your body to fight through you. And that's where you done the transformations and you see the transformations. I'll be trying my best to lead you a class after this talk that you start to see the transformations in 20 minutes times. All right, next slide I'm going to go on, which is talking about that a yoga with me. So we're going to begin over here yoga, and I'm going to talk to you that I'm introducing a simple sequence over here. If you have any questions regarding this sequence, do write to me. Yes, I'll be stopping the slides over here, and I can see some of you already writing questions. I'll be answering you at the end of the practice. So if you are ready over here, let's start to look into the practice. So first thing we're going to do is open your legs. If you're sitting on the floor, relax the ankle because you're sitting down long enough. Move your ankle, move your knees, and first come to your butterfly positions, which is swing your knees up and down. Let me tell you what does this movement does. This is not only physical movements for bringing flexibility onto your pelvis. This also works onto your internal systems, is onto your chakras as well. It works. Now over here, if your knees are higher, knees are lower, do not get bothered by this. So try to bend forward as low as you can. Try to bend forward. See how low your body allows you to go down. And slowly come back and come up. So this is a posture which is work onto your pelvis. Now you bend your legs and cross your legs. Try to sit onto your feet. Now if you can't sit onto your feet, you probably take a block or stool or sit in the cross legs. So we're going to start our therapy over here. So bring your hands onto your knee. What do? Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands down. Again, inhale, raise your hands up. Open the chest and exhale, bring your hands down. One more time. Inhale, raise your arms up. And exhale, bring your hands down. So every exercise we will do 2 to 3 times due to time constraint, but you need to do about 10 times, okay? So this is exercise number 1. Once again, do with me. Inhale, raise your arms up over the head and exhale, hand down. And this is good for stretching the shoulders, okay, and the glands around the shoulders, okay. So over here, next is keeping your palm together. Inhale, open your hands, chin up, look up. And exhale, bring your palm together, chin to chest and hand downs. And inhale, open up. It's good for the lymph nodes, surround the armpit and the chest area. Exhale and bring down. Inhale, open up, chin up and you look up. And exhale, come down. So this will be 10 times, all right? Now next one, what going to be is place your left hands onto your right chest. Now keeping your right hands, inhale, reaching your right hands up, and exhale, turn the palm down and bring the palm backwards as far as you can. Again, come back, inhale, turn the palm down to the 90 degrees, exhale, bring back. Come back, one more, inhale. And bring the palm down and exhale. Relax. Change on your left. Right hands onto your left chest. Inhale. Turn the palm down. Exhale. Bring it back. I'm trying to work on the chest regions. Again, inhale. Raise your hands up. Turn the palm down. Exhale. Bring it back. Also, if you're doing a gentle twist. Inhale, reaching your hands up. Turn the palm down and exhale. And relax. Now we're going to keeping our fingertip on the shoulders and we'll rotate our shoulders upwards and backwards. Just 3 times. Upwards and backwards and upwards and backwards. Let's go opposite 3 times. Up and down. 2 up and down. 3 up. And down and relax, set your hands. So we need to work a lot on the lymph nodes over here to stretch. So here I'm going to use the wall. So if you are not around the wall, go to the walls. So what are you going to do? I'm going to use this wall because most of the time we practice from home nowadays because of this COVID. So you probably get a wall at the side. What you need to do, come on your knees, bring your left elbows behind and your right legs to the front. So what I'm doing, my left arms in the diagonal positions, and I'm trying to push my left shoulders to the wall, and I'm looking to myself on the right side. So I'm resting my head on the wall, I'm resting my chest on the wall, and resting my shoulders on the wall. I'm creating a deep stretch. Just stay here for 3 deep breaths. 1, 2, and 3. And relax. Now turn, change side. With your right hands and the right legs, remember. So my right elbow slightly behind, keeping my right elbow there, I'm pushing my right shoulder. Now some of you feel that it's so difficult for you to move your shoulder forward, especially those who newly done your surgery. You go slow, do not push that hard. Now those who has the ability, go all the way. If you can't, that's fine, you respect your body. Stay there for 3 breaths. 1, and 2, and 3, and relax. Once you're done, sitting onto your hip, tucking toes, bring your hands behind, interlock your fingers, stretch your elbow. Now if you can't reach your hands, grab a strap or towel behind. Now over here, inhale, look up, exhale, head down. Inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, and exhale down. Now reaching your hands up, try to bend down forward as well as you can. If you can touch your head, that will be good. Stay there for 5 and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Inhale, come on your knee, release your hands. Next exercise are good for throat, okay? Sometimes we do get affected on the throat area as well when you have thyroid and even you have thyroid cancer. So what you need to do, you need to create a lot of extension and stretch. Bring your hands onto your hip, pushing your pelvis gently forward, and you chin up, look up. Now if your flexibility allow you to go back, please drop the hips back. And your flexibility don't allow you to go back, just be here. For 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2. Regular practitioner, tap your toes, bring your left hands to your heel, right hands to your heel, and drop the hips back. Stay there for 6, and 5. Make sure you're breathing. 4, and 3, and 2. Bring your hands support one by one onto your hips, and come back to the child pose. Resting your head down on the mat. Count your pose, relaxing yourself. And one more postures. In this dimension, I will introduce to you, lying on your chest. So the moment you're going to lie on the chest, you are moving your elbows forward. So you keep your palm under your chin. This is also very good for your thyroid and it's good for your chest gravity as well. Move your elbow forward. It's not about doing more, it's about feeling more. Place your palm under the jawline. And what are you doing? You're not pushing your hands up, you're resting your jaw down onto your palm. So giving your palms onto your cheek, and you're allowing your jaw to resting onto your palm, that you're getting a deep extension. This is very good, those who have a cervical, any kind of issues on the cervical, because nowadays we need to look at the device all the time, we probably feel uncomfortable on our cervical. So this is always advised good for everyone, especially those who have a thyroid issue, thyroid cancers, or any kind of neck, shoulder, cervical related pains, compression, uneasiness, or any kind of therapy you require for the neck. This is very good for you. Stay for a couple of breaths. Once you're done, open the elbows and rest your forehead down onto your hands. Just relax yourself. Look forward, bring your palm side, inhale, come up with a cobra, and exhale, resting your forehead down. 2 more rounds to go. Inhale, come up with a cobra, exhale, resting your forehead down. Last one, inhale, come up with a cobra, look forward. This one will be a little modified, placing your feet grounded off the palm, and feel the contractions onto your back. Feel the strength you're building onto your back. This is not only good for your physical body, this builds the strength, awareness, understanding about yourself. 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Let's come to the child pose. It's a counter pose. Resting yourself down onto the child, massage your lower back, and gently hunch your back, round your back, curl your back, and slowly sit up. Here we go for a little balancing postures. It's very important that when we do yoga, the balance basically not for the body, it's for the mind as well. Come to the cat pose, which is on your hands on your knee, tabletop. You straight your right legs back. Try to point your right toes and raise the right legs up. Straight your knees. Now look forward, stay there. Can you balance your left hands forward? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Change. Left legs. Straighten your left legs back. Raise your left legs up. Straighten your right hands forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Bring your legs down and come to the sitting positions. And from here, your hands onto your waist. You come on your knees. Now open the right legs to the right side. Open your hands on your shoulder level. Inhale. As you exhale, go down to the side stretch. Hands over the head. See how you can extend the side torso through the arms all the way up. Now those who have a difficulty to bring the hands up, keeping a hand set on the back of your head. And turn the heads, twist. Your work going to be started not into this pose. You're going to start twisting yourself. Okay? So let's start to twist yourself by bending the elbow or straightening the elbow whichever you feel convenient. Stay there for 6. Breathing, twist your torso. 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring your hands back. Bend your knees, chin side on your left legs. Open your hands on your shoulder level. And let's come down with your next exhalation. Left hands down, right hands up, over. You can bend your elbows if you want, or you can straight your elbow and twist. Twist your torso. 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1, and relax. And bend your legs, sitting down onto the pose, and cross legs over here. And let's come to the butterfly once again. So this was a very simple 15-minute sequence, which is without the breath. So first you're going to do 2 breaths, which we have done practice together. And then this is a simple sequence you can practice at home many times. If you need my help, look for me. I will guide you too as well. And then we're going to end the sessions with a 2 breathing exercise, which we'll be talking about. First one is alternating nostril breathing, and second one will be Bhamri Pranayama. So once we done these 2, then we're going to go into the Savasana. And when you're staying in the Savasana, I'll be answering your questions. So if you have any questions, welcome to write it down in the chat box right now. So first breathing we're going to do is alternating nostril breathing. So there's a many different way. If you're a yoga practitioner, you already know the finger positionings. But if you're not yoga practitioner, if you've never done this breathing before, I won't make it complicated. I'll make it very simply and easy. So you place your thumbs onto your right nostril. Inhale through your left nostril. You use other fingers to close your left nostril open and exhale through right nostril. Inhale through your right nostril. Close your right, open your left, exhale through left. Inhale through left. Close your left, open your right, exhale through right. Inhale through right. Close your right, exhale through left. Inhale through left. Close your left, exhale through right. And bring your hands down to the knee. Stay with closing eye. Especially this is the breathing we call Nadi Shodhana. You can practice before you go to the bed. You can practice before you go to the Savasana. I will bring you to the Savasana. That's the reason I am asking you to do this breathing. You probably feel the balance into your mind. Now gently open your eye. The last breathing for your practice will be Bhamri Pranayama, which is a humming bee breathing. So you need to place your fingers onto your eye. You need to place your thumbs onto your ear. So you can't hear anything, so you can't see anything. That means you're closing yourself from the external world, and then you place your tongue into your upper jaw. And then you're going to inhale and you go for a long exhalation. Okay? We're just going to do 1 time today, but I'll be advising you to do at least 3 times for you practicing this. And the moment you're done, I will bring you into the Savasana. Okay? Let's start. Place your thumbs onto your ear, fingers onto your eye, down onto your upper jaw. Inhale. Bring your hands onto your knee, keeping your eye closed. And this is the breathing. It's creating vibrations on the brain cell. These vibrations helping you to letting go all the unnecessary thoughts which is bothering you day and night. Yes, turn your face to the side, straighten your legs, and you're lying on your back. Hand side of your body and keeping your eye closed. You completely relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing. You're relaxing every aspect of your physical body and your mind. allowing me to bring you through a nice and gentle Savasana. When you are into the Savasana, lying down in relaxing pose, I'll be giving some answers of your questions. Try to breathe in and feel every inhalation, you rising your belly up. And while you exhaling, you drawing your bellies down. Inhalation, rising your bellies up. And exhale, relax down. Inhalation, bellies out. And exhalation. Deep inhalation. And long exhalation. Allow yourself to listen to the soothing sound of your breathing. When I teach yoga to cancer patients, currently also I teach many of them one-to-one personal trainings. So each of them I experience very differently. As I say, we are unique, we are different. No matter if I have 5 patients who are practicing under me, with me, they're all breast cancer patients, but they all react so differently. They are on the same stages because of the pre-existence into their body. So the most important to identify and understand before we understand the cancers, we need to understand who we are before we recognize that we have cancers, before we diagnose that we have cancers. Who we are, what's our mind, what's our body, how do we communicate to ourselves, what was the level of stress. The reason of the cancers can be any or can be many. As I call, it can be physical, it can be mental, it can be emotional. Most of the times, cancers are found into your body due to the stress and unknown stress. So that's the reason I heavily recommend to practice yoga. When you practice yoga regularly, by practicing yoga, you're able to reduce a lot stress. And many of us, we do not know we have stress. And that's the scary part about it. Hope you're breathing and enjoying your Savasana. Most of the time, the breast cancer patients ask to do a lot of movements on your hands. The reason is when you have a surgery, you probably remove your lymph node surrounding your shoulders and the breast area. So due to that one side, you feel very immobile due to the surgery you have, due to the removing of certain lymph nodes, if you have removed it out. So that's the reason you intend to lose the flexibility, mobility, or the movement and the circulations. That's the reason it's very important for you to do upper body movements when you have breast cancers. A lot of neck stretching, throat, your thyroid gland stretchings when you have any kind of thyroid cancers. A lot of breathing exercise for any other kind of cancer, especially if you have lungs cancers or organs cancers. So that's not helpful too. Those are recommended breathings and exercise, which is I already have done with you all. That is advisable. But if you are an advanced level practitioner, that's where we need to go through one-on-one, because cancer patients are very sensitive. Every individual of us are very different. So we need to go through one-on-one to understand what is exactly work for you. For stomach, we do a lot of stomach cleansing, kriyas, Nauli kriyas, and any other kind of stomach strengthening breathing practice, which is holding breathing, which is helpful too. As I say that everyone are unique. And when we are victims of cancers, we need to diagnose very clearly that who we are, what is our pre-existence. Our pre-existence doesn't matter more than our cancers. Okay? Okay, when you're having a chemotherapy or prostate cancers, all the postures which we have done today, all the breathing which we have done today, this is advisable. But on the top of that, there will be one breathing which is very advisable, where you work onto your abdomen. Means this is a breathing for prostate cancers. I will allow you to do it. I will ask you to do it. Is this? You are inhaling, you're bulging your stomach out. You are exhaling, you're sucking your stomach in. So I will show you over here that you can get to see. I pick my shirts up and you can see my stomach up. So what you're going to do over here, you're inhaling, you will be bulging the stomach out, and you will exhale, you're putting the stomach in, and you hold here. So inhaling, watch me. Make my stomach bigger. Exhaling, I bring my belly in. Inhaling, belly out. You don't really necessarily need to hold very long. You can just hold for a couple of seconds. That should be good too. What type of yoga good for thyroid cancer patients, which I explained? Anything related to thyroid, you need to stretch out your neck, which two poses are given. One is standing on the knee, backwards bending. If this is harder for you, lying on your chest, place your hands onto your chin and the jawline, then you get the stretch. And a lot of neck movements, which is the backward movements of your neck extension, which is good for you. Brain tumors, yoga will be a lot of breathing exercise because the toxins to be released out. The breathing exercise are good, which is one nostrils, which is alternative nostril breathings. These two breathings are very good, but do understand as a human being that when we are diagnosed with cancers, we broke down on the moment we get to know that stress levels are pretty high. So once you come to yoga mat, make sure you come into yoga mat which has a lot of therapy with your breathing exercise that you able to calm yourself down, and over the times you're able to build the strain onto your physical body and your mind and your organs and your systems, that when you are as a driver asking your physical body to fight through with your disease, they has the power to fight through. But if I tell my body to fight through, my body doesn't have the power to fight through, how am I going to fight? How am I going to win the war? So we need to prepare the body and the mind, and the preparations is yoga. The preparation is the breathing exercise. The preparation is the movements, basic movements to increase the circulations into our body, because they are the one like a recharge systems. Like our phones, our pad, if we don't recharge, they don't function. Same things happen. Many parts of our physical body are not being recharged, not being exercised. We never bring our chi, our breath, drive into many parts of our organs without being functioning. And that's the reason most of the problems come in our body. How does understanding of human anatomy can offer a positive effect? Okay, when you understand human anatomy, because I believe that if anything I own in my life is this body and this mind, the rest of the things I'm not going to have with me until the last breath of my life. So this is going to stay with me, this physical body and my mind, until the last breath of my life. It's very important for me or you to understand your anatomy. If you do not understand your anatomy, you're always seeking for an answer from a book, from a YouTube, from a Google, from a teachers, which is fine to be asked, but not over dependence. So that's the reason we need to understand a little more about our own anatomy, our range of motions, that we don't injure ourselves. If you go running, if you go for gym, if you come for yoga, often nowadays we injure ourselves. This injury comes is lack of awareness, lack of understanding of yourself, of your understanding of your anatomy. That's the reason I always encourage every practitioner to understand the basic knowledge of human anatomy, that you can be in the safe zone without injuring yourself.
Okay, maybe we can take the last question, Master Saumik.
All right, I think we are overshooting the times, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
No.
Okay, hope you guys enjoy the session. So if you really want any of my suggestions, do look for me. You can find me at Saumik Bera or Master Saumik on Instagram or Facebook or at Union Yoga Singapore, or you can email to me at I can share with you the screen for if you want to email to me on the last page, that you can take the screenshot of that. If you have any kind of questions or if you have any kind of queries about your friends about it, you can just quickly take a screenshot of my contacts. If you want to look for me, I'll try my best to help you with my little knowledge. And stay safe, stay healthy. Make sure you come to yoga mat every single day. No matter if you are victims of cancers or not, that's helped you a lot to live your life better. So with this note, thank you very much for all of you for your times. I appreciate your time staying on with me. Thank you, Nurul. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Nate. Thank you. Special thanks to Dr. Satyam and Union Yoga for creating such a wonderful events for you and me together. Thank you and namaste.